got arrested, we keeping that private. Buy me a Hyatt for Wyatt. I'ma make sure that you go on a diet. Eat from your plate, you can tell that I like it. You thought you was gonna bag my chick. Yeah, right.
What's happening, everyone? I'm your host, Jaxson Shoemaker, and I hope you guys are off to a very blessed day, especially in a world of chaos. But I hope this can bring you guys a little bit of joy. And why, I might ask? Well, you get to go listen to two of the top players and now the number 2 overall ranked recruiting class, or in some sources, the number 1 ranked recruiting class. Yes, you can hear from both Manny Obaseki and Jaxson Robinson. I promise you, both those interviews are cannot miss interviews. But that's not the only big time stuff upcoming on Shoes Views. So how do you stay up to date on both that and, of course, big time, the breakdown, everything else I got in store? Well, head over to Instagram, Twitter, and follow me at Zach Shoemaker. That's at Zach Shoemaker. I promise you're not going to miss that. Also, whatever podcast platform you're listening to, make sure to go hit that subscribe button, the like button, comment, give a 5-star review, whatever you can to continue to spread the movement. And once again, if you're on YouTube, make sure to hit the subscribe button, share. I definitely appreciate you guys for that. But that's not the only other big time stuff upcoming in my life. As you guys know, Shoes Views is now brought to you by the Player Circle. The Player Circle is the only social networking app designed specifically for grassroots basketball players and coaches. Post all your career mixtapes, accomplishments, highlights, stats, pictures, commitment edits, you name it, to get noticed from scouts and coaches all over the country. Download the App Store now. And along with that, make sure I gotta give a big shout out to Recruit News. They're going to give you all the updates on recruit news. You're going to be able to hear from different highlight games. You can hear from everything you could possibly imagine in the world of high school basketball and some college, women's, men's, whatever you want. So make sure to go follow them right now on Instagram as well. But with that being said, I think we're going to hop right in. So, let's get started. I'm blessed to welcome on number 21 overall ranked recruit in class of 2021. The 5-star guard is also the number 2 overall combo guard and the number 2 overall player in all of Texas. He's the newest member of the number 2 overall ranked recruiting class, and he's the newest Aggie. And Manny Obaseki. What's happening, my guy?
Man, just chilling right now, bro.
For sure. So let's get into this. You're the newest member of Texas A&M. What's it feel like?
It's a blessing, bro. It's really cool and it's crazy. 'Cause it's like I didn't think I would be in this spot like a few years ago, and I'm pretty proud of that. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I think we all look at your rankings. I mean, you've continued to climb up. I mean, where you started, a couple sources started ranking you high, and then all of a sudden everyone's now bought on. But what's it like starting to get that recognition now?
It's pretty cool. It's I remember seeing all these other kids, get it and stuff like that, and them being able to do what they did and stuff like that. So that kind of inspired me, and for me to be here, it's just like surreal kind of in a way, but it's just all because of hard work. So I just give my gratitude to that and my support. So
no doubt. So let's dig more into tech talk about your team. I mean, obviously you had a lot of offers to pretty much you could go really to anywhere you really wanted, but really what separated Texas A&M from everyone else?
Just a great job of recruiting they did, and the type of love they gave to me was a different type of love. Like, other schools, they were, they felt like family too, like, OU, Texas, Texas and them. But, just, it was a different feeling, especially when I went there on my unofficial, even though it was unofficial, like, that one day, that one chance they had with me, they showed as much love with me. They were always talking to me, telling me about the plan they have for me and stuff like that. If I committed it, which I did. And that kind of stuck out to me a lot. Their player development, I mean, it's off the chain. I mean, that's the reason why. That's not a huge reason, but it's a big reason why they ended where they ended at this year, and it was pretty cool. So that's kind of what brought me to A&M, and the coaching staff were pretty cool people. So
let's talk about that coaching staff. I mean, obviously we know Coach Buzz. I mean, he went out there and he obviously got Coach of the Year. I mean, he had a great year. He had to rebuild an entire program. So, being alongside that, really, what's your relationship with Coach Buzz?
We're like it's crazy. Like, we're very close. Like, we talk day to day. Like, I mean, he's like a father to me. Like, he's so cool. He teaches me like the values of just like being a good person and being a man, like, and working hard for what you want. And he talks to me a lot about just like routines that he goes through, like that's which makes him successful. So it's like always being dedicated to your craft and stuff like that. So it's a pretty cool relationship, and I love him a lot. He's a good role model. So
Were there any of the coaches that really played a big role in your recruitment?
yes, pretty much the whole coaching. Coach Lyle, um, Coach Devin Johnson, Coach Jamie McNeely. I mean, those they were those like the main guys. So they saw me a lot, texted me a lot. They were just always checking up on me. Even if I had a bad game, they would text me and stuff like that. Just talk to me about like what they're gonna work on with me, just little things, like which stuck out a lot. So it was pretty cool.
Without a doubt. And obviously, I think the big thing that everyone always gets most excited about is who you team up with and who you go play with. And obviously, you're Jordan Jackson. You guys have a nice relationship, but talk about really what it's going to be like playing alongside him.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun because I'm gonna give them everything I have, give them all I got, and that's what they expect out of me, in the first place. So, but I'm gonna have fun. It's gonna be real cool. To play alongside them, bro. It's kind of a feeling you can't explain because it's like you've worked hard to get there, and like for that fact that you're there, like you're gonna be in the moment, and you're just gonna have to, soak it all up, soak it in. So
Absolutely. And obviously, Jackson talked a little bit about having a lot more options that you guys are also looking to bring in. I mean, there's some names, obviously, like Harrison Ingram, Damian Collins. I mean, talk about the guys you're looking at, and really, what's that looking like right now?
don't forget Alex Fudge. We working on him. And Wade Taylor. But it's pretty cool. A lot of them I know, I'm familiar with. Harrison and I are real close. Wade and I are real close. I've known them for a long time. Played with one of them. But it's something that we're working on pretty hard right now. Especially for the fact that we're building something new. We're rebuilding a program right now, and like we're putting the whole country on notice at the moment. And like I don't know, it's like when it happened, like whenever I committed, like it was crazy because just like, so many people were like reaching out about him and him and him and him, and then next thing you know, like the players like Harrison, like we're just talking about us teaming up and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool, and Jackson and I we're really excited. So we got some guys. We have a good feeling. We have a good feeling that we're gonna bring in some other guys for the class. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's big time. And what's kind of the role that Jackson had on your commitment?
He played a pretty big role. He never really he would bug me, which is a good thing, and he didn't really bug me, which was a good thing too. He's my guy. Like I mean, him and I we click. We're like the same person. Real quiet, but funny and chill. Like he's a good kid, and him and I are real close. And he would just talk to me about the future and like us putting the country on notice, like and like what we would do in the SEC, and that stuff stuck out to me a lot too. And like he took a lot of thought. And but yeah, playing alongside him, like it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be crazy. So
For sure. And when you talk about that, I mean, obviously Jackson was the first guy to commit. He kind of was the guy that kind of started this all, but you joined too, and still you're considered one of the earliest recruits, earliest commits in obviously your class. So what comes along with being one of the earlier guys to kind of commit early?
Just seeing your path and your future, just way ahead in front of everybody else, and you not having to stress on the recruiting process and focus on your game. And now it's just like, now I got levels to really chase, what I mean? And it's been that way, but I had something else to focus on, and which was making the right choice. And now I'm just getting to focus on, little things I've been working on, partially, but now I get to work on full time. And just understanding that that coaching staff is going to help you get to where you want to get to. So if you have them, if you're blessed or lucky enough to realize that, then don't wait, because sudden unfortunate cases can occur, and it may be too late. So I made sure I took care of that opportunity, and that's why I could pick A&M so early.
That's awesome. I think it is God's plan, and really it's just when you determine. I don't think there's anything wrong with committing early or late. I mean, whatever it is, I mean, when you find that school that is the one, I mean, there's no point in waiting it out, especially for you. I mean, you went on multiple other visits too. You went to schools like Oklahoma, TCU, Baylor. So kind of talk about that. What were some of those other schools like?
I mean, great schools. I mean, it was pretty cool, and for the fact that I always watched them on TV, you know, it was pretty different, and they were really good people, you know, and it hurt for me to you know, break the news to them, you know, but they understood, and they gave me great feedback, you know, they wished me good luck, told me I was a good kid and stuff like that, and they just wish nothing for the best for me, and I respect them a lot. They, you know, I really love the coaching staff too. They're cool people at OU, Baylor, Texas Tech, all of them, you know. So I appreciate them and their time. So
No doubt. Wherever you went, as I said earlier, I mean, you're going to be one of the school's all-time highest recruits. And for you, you're number 3. Obviously, Jackson's number 5 ranked. What's it like going with that pressure, kind of knowing you are one of the best players ever put on a jersey? In fact, you're the first one, highest ranked recruit since DeAndre Jordan went there. So what's it like knowing coming in that and also knowing that you guys have one of the best, if not the best class in all the country?
um, it's pretty cool. It's crazy because at first I wasn't really thinking like that until I figured it out or realized that. But as far as pressure, I don't really feel pressure about it because at the end of the day, you know, I'm gonna go out and hoop and do what I love to do, you know. And whatever you know, if I, you know, break records and stuff, that's cool and all. But what I'm really focused on is trying to win a national championship. You know what I mean? So, but it's pretty cool. Um, it's an honor because you know, not a lot of kids are able to you know do what I do. You know what a lot of us fortunate athletes are able to do. So I'm just blessed and I'm grateful. So.
Without a doubt. Obviously, Coach Buzz got a little started early, obviously, in his own commitment class for 2020 with a guy like Hassan. Any communication with him, and what's he like?
Yeah, he's cool people. I like him. And like him and I haven't really talked too much, but I like his vibe, and he seems like a good person, you know. And I like dudes like that, you know. He work hard, good play, he's nice player, and I can't wait to know more about him, and I'm excited. So
Without a doubt. Like, talk about your Allen season.
it was alright, you know. It was you know up and down season. Um, a lot of events happened, um, and just like um, pretty difficult mentally. But you know, the good things I could take out of that was that you know I got stronger mentally. You know, I worked on a lot of my game throughout the year and stuff like that. So it was cool. It was a good learning experience. So I'm just ready for the next step.
No doubt. I think as the course of the season went on, I mean, obviously we were talking before the season a little bit, but you see, I mean, you still were a player that was starting to get a little bit buzz off your great AAU season last year, and throughout the season you continue to blow up and get more and more notoriety. So, what was it like coming into games where people start knowing who you are and coming to kind of watch you?
Uh, it's pretty cool. I I never really you know try to make it seem obvious and stuff like that. You know, I still try to just hide in the crowd or whatever. But it's pretty cool though. And I like reaching out to kids and that and it's pretty cool for kids to tell me that I inspire them and that they like my game a lot and they want to do this, they want to do that. It's pretty cool and I don't ever try to act like I'm too cool for that. You know what I mean? I appreciate that stuff. So and it can be kind of scary at times, but I think I'm getting a little used to it. So yeah, it's cool.
Without a doubt, and that's a key thing because people know that athletes have one of the biggest pulls and really influences in all the world, and so having that is a huge thing.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
And
sir.
so, what you say, I mean, when you look at Texas basketball, I mean, there's so much great players both now in Texas and also all time. But let's talk a little about right now. I mean, who's some of the guys that you have great connections with that you really enjoy playing against or playing with?
Uh, so Harrison Ingram, I've played against him, played with him. Great kid, great player. He's real special, and he's gonna be real tough in college too. Wade Taylor, different, fast, skilled, creative, can pass, shoot. Um, a lot of kids. Austin Nunes, my teammate right here. He pretty tough with it. Lefty. He gonna announce his decision a little later. He's gonna shock a lot. It's gonna shock a lot of people. We ain't really gonna speak about that. You know what I mean? But yeah. There's a lot of kids. There's a lot of kids like nobody really know about yet. Mason Gibson, Kyle. So many kids. Um, Who else? I'm trying to think. Uh, KJ Adams. I played with him and played against him. Joseph Vincent. Means a bunch of kids. Langston Love. Arthur Kaluma. You know. It's pretty. The list goes on and on. Like, they're top players, top kids, great kids. I mean, and we're all recruiting. I'm recruiting a lot of them right now, trying to come to A&M. But um, we from what we started and where we came from to now, it's a big deal. So we just keep working. That's really it. So.
No doubt. And obviously, everyone knows when they talk about what state is the best state for basketball, I mean, Texas is right there. So for you, what's your statement in terms of why Texas, or who do you think is the best state for basketball?
Okay, so first, Texas is the best state for basketball. Just the culture, um, the mentality we bring, the swag we bring, and like we're ready for anybody. Like, it don't matter who you are, what's your name, what your name is, like what jersey. I mean, the name of the name that you have on your jersey, all that, man. We don't care about that. Like, we just come and kill. We come for your neck, and that's really been the mentality for Texas basketball. And we just work hard, like, and we just do whatever it takes to get to where we need to get to. You know what I mean? So that's our mo.
For sure. And I think when you look at that, Chiefs talked about that. I mean, you guys kind of just do your thing and work. Because I think when you look at Instagram follower wise, I mean, obviously a lot of you guys are these top ranked players, but it's not like social media fame guys. And that's something that at the end of the day, the fame is great and all, but if you make it to the NBA, which a lot of the guys you just listed are going to be in the NBA, that's when the true fame gets because you're not going to make too much money in high school. So that's just a cool thing to see. And you see, that's why you see so many guys from Texas obviously pan out in the NBA as well.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then let's talk a little about your upcoming AAU season. Obviously, it is a little bit up in the air in terms of what could happen now with all the Corona stuff going on. But
Yep.
talk about your decision to go play with Texas Hardwork.
I played with them freshman year. I'm pretty close with them. They're my guys. I enjoy playing with them. Pretty cool people, funny people. They treat us right. And they teach us, the game of basketball the right way. They work us hard. They don't ever, give it to us. Everything's earned, and that's what I really like about them. And they have a really great culture. I mean, just a great like organization that's helped a lot of kids and that's gotten a lot of kids to a lot of places. Um, and yeah, they're great. So
Without a doubt. And so now, obviously, let's talk a little about the stuff going on. I mean, for you, I mean, I know we know it's a lot of stuff could be up in the air, but what's kind of your thoughts on how it's being handled?
um, part of me is very like irritated because it's like, man, like, why now?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm happy that we're doing it because for the safety of a lot of people, like a lot of people's lives are at stake, and there's already been a lot of deaths right now. So it's just like, and it's kind of crazy because it's just all happening at once, and just the flow of the news and the cases reported, like it's real fast, like it's crazy. But it's it is what it is at the end of the day. Like, and we just got to deal with it. We got to prepare for it. And at this case, like, basketball comes second, So we got to focus on the health of everybody else and take care of ourselves and family. So, that's how I feel about it.
Absolutely. And so let's kind of talk about more about your family now. I mean, I know you're obviously a close family person. Talk about the impact they've had in your life and some of the people that you really have looked to for help and guidance.
Huge impact on my life. They've worked really hard to get to, where they are, and it's put a huge impact on me because, from day one, like, I've always wanted to make them proud, get to, and I'm trying to do, amazing things for them, and I'm trying to build up on my name, not my name, but my last name, so I'm trying to make my family proud. I love them, and my dad, strict, hard worker. My mom, the hardest worker you will ever find or see. My brother, he's just one of them kids just living right now, but he gonna figure it out. And then my godfather, he really introduced me to it all. He built the foundation. He told me, "Here, you have it. Now go, now make it bigger." And that's what I did. and I kept working, and he, was always there for me, took me everywhere. He still does to this day, and I appreciate him. And my God family, um, Kyle Jones, Corey Jones, uh, Mama Jones, my cousins, Arnold Young Harry, Onisha Young Harry, Auntie Young Harry. It's just a lot of people um, uh, that's been there for me and it's helped me through a lot. And I'm glad that everything's working out. I'm gonna keep working hard for them. So um, that's how much they mean to me.
That's awesome. I mean, I think having a supporting cast is huge. I mean, obviously we see many people do it without it, but having that strong knit of just your close inner family, obviously, but also having just so many supporting people around you, extended family, obviously friends, is a huge thing that can help bring you to the next level.
Yes, sir. Yeah, friends. They're everywhere, especially at school. And um, a lot of them I've known since elementary school, and just to grow up with them, and them still being here for me means a lot. So
Without a doubt. And obviously, we know that next path for you is you want to make the NBA eventually. I mean, we know that college is obviously what's in store for you right now, but what's the goal for you to be able to go to the NBA, and how do you approach that heading into college?
um, it's something that isn't really a dream to me anymore. It's something that it's more so a goal, um, an achievement that I'm just waiting to go get. And it's crazy because it's like not a lot of kids are able to do that, and for me to have a chance or an opportunity to do that, it's actually a blessing. So I don't ever try to you know take advantage of that. Um, I just keep working hard. And college, just that's where you find yourself, and um, that's where that stage is really set for you to know, tells you like whether you're really ready or not. So and it's just a lot of hard work, a lot of work, and that's something that you know I've put a lot of thought into, and then now for the fact that my decision's been made, like a lot of work's gonna be done right now, and just to improve myself and reach that next level, that next step. So
So for each achievement, we know that every basketball player dreams of one day playing at the Division 1 level. So when you achieve that goal, and then eventually when you go to the NBA, really what goes through your mind? Really, what do you how do you kind of celebrate achieving that lifelong kind of goal?
um, just work harder. I don't. I've never really put too much thought on like how to celebrate. Because I'm always you know, thinking of when do I need, what's next, like when do I do this, when do I do that, you know what I mean? And but I just keep working. So
For sure. And then before I let you go, I was like wrapping up a couple different questions. The first one being, who in your life would you say has been your biggest role model?
when it's kind of hard. I I don't necessarily have one, but one I would choose is Kevin Jones, my godfather. He was just worked hard for me, and he worked hard for himself. Um, when he was younger, he didn't have a father. Like he left. He left him, and for him to grow out and turn out to be the type dude he is now, um, great father, great godfather, great grandfather. Um, he's the best parent out here. Like he's a great person. So if you have a chance, or even if you don't have a chance, he's gonna help you and he's gonna get you to where you need to get to. And um, I give big gratitude to him, and he's always gonna stick by you. You know what I mean? So that's just that type of guy, and I appreciate him. So that's one of my biggest role models. So
That's awesome. So my final question I was like wrapping up with is obviously me being a man of faith, just talk about how God has helped get you to the point you're at today.
um, see, he gives me signs before they really happen, but like I never really realized it, But I keep praying every day just for just to do little things that such as move on to the next round, get me better in this area, stuff like that. And he really just puts everything together for me, and he does the same for my family, and he's kept them for me, kept them around. A lot of my friends, well wishers, loved ones, like you know, um, he's just done a lot for me, and like I'm just trying to pay him back, just doing what I'm doing right now. So um, and I give all my thanks to him, at the end of the day. So that's really it.
Absolutely. I mean, God always has a special path for everyone, and obviously when you're able to lock in and find that path and follow, it's going to be a special thing.
Exactly, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking time to come on, my guy. Keep on being you, and can't wait to see what you get done, obviously, at Texas A&M and in your final season.
Appreciate it, bro. Giggle.
No problem, bro. God bless.
You too, bro.
Manny's obviously going to be something very special. But before I head into Jackson's interview, I need to talk to you guys about something. Y'all probably seen one of the shirts I wore in my most recent Big Time interviews. I'm sure it caught you guys' eye, and that's because it's from Fonz Kelly. Fonz like that as his Instagram. I promise you're going to want to go check him out, see what he's got in store, because I promise you're going to like it. But with that being said, I'm going to hop right into Jackson's interview. So, Jackson's interview is up right after this. I'm blessed to be able to welcome on the number 28 overall player in 2021, a 4-star and the number 1 overall player in Oklahoma, the number 6 overall shooting guard. He's a member of the number 2 overall recruiting class in 2021 with Texas A&M and Jaxson Robinson. What's happening, my guy?
What's up?
Not much. So let's get right into this, though. I mean, obviously we'll talk about your high school season a little bit, but you obviously have a new teammate that is now joining you at Texas A&M. Talk about what it's like.
It feels good. I started recruiting Manny once I had committed. He was just one of those players that I had really wanted to play with. I hadn't played with him in the summer, so me and him met earlier that summer, last year, and I just gelled with him really well, and it was just like something that was just unbreakable. So I thought I wanted him on my team, and I went after him. We got him.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously it's early on in the recruiting class, but you guys have the number 2 overall recruiting class. What's it like knowing that you guys are heading as one of the most elite teams in 2021?
It's a good feeling, but we're definitely not satisfied, and we're looking to bring in more players.
For sure. I mean, talk about some of those guys. I mean, obviously I know you have a lot of guys that you're close to playing within high school basketball and obviously club and all that, but talk about some of the guys you guys are looking at and some of the guys you'd love to play with.
There is Harrison Ingram and Damian Collins. We're also looking at Wade Taylor. That's really it right now, but we are still kind of searching to see if there's any people that fit us.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously you're the first guy to commit, so what's it like going into something knowing that no one else has officially commit yet and you're kind of the first guy and it's kind of your job in a way to be the face. You're kind of the face of the entire recruiting class.
I knew going in, committing early was going to be something that nobody really does, and I was going to be judged for it, but I think it all worked out, and it worked out in my favor.
Absolutely. I mean, that's part of God's plan. I mean, I think no matter what, He's always got what's in store for you, and He knows what the best path is, and when you find the right place, it's obviously the best thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'll kind of talk about for you, I mean, when you're looking at all the college options, was there anyone else that really stood out to you that you were interested in?
Yes. I was also leaning towards Oklahoma, TCU, Arkansas, and yeah, that was my top 4.
Absolutely. And I mean, a lot of the schools obviously are close to your home. So what was kind of the importance of being close to home for you?
I wouldn't say that being close to home was really a problem for me. It just kind of happened, and I didn't really look at that when I was going through my recruitment process, but it kind of worked out in my favor.
Absolutely. And so now for you, I mean, talk about those schools individually. I mean, I know some of your other guys, like Beyond, obviously, is at Oklahoma. So what's kind of like what's the importance of having relationships and friendships at different schools that kind of attract you?
I think having different relationships with some of the other recruits kind of helps. It helps you as a player be able to look at the schools that you're interested in, and that's something that me and Bijan kind of did. We both looked at Oklahoma, and obviously he liked it more than I did, but I'd say that helped a lot in saying things clear and how I would fit into all the systems.
And now for you, I mean, I know it's just rankings, but at the time right now, you are the 5th highest ranked recruit in Texas A&M history. So what's it like knowing that you're going in as one of the best players that's ever been able to attend there?
I would say that it's a good feeling, but I definitely can't be satisfied, and I keep working.
And so obviously your eventual goal is to play in the NBA. So what is the kind of the steps you're going to look at to possibly take to reach that point?
I just gotta take it one step at a time. I wouldn't say there's any particular way that I know that I got to get there. I just got to keep working, and that's it.
No doubt. Now talk about Coach Buzz. I mean, obviously he's a great coach. He has a great history. He comes in and really revamps and recreates this entire program. So what's it like knowing that you're going to go in play for a coach that and almost in just 1 year really has pretty much revamped and recreated an entire team?
It's a good feeling. Me and Coach Buzz get along really well. I have learned a lot from him from the times I have been around him so far, and I know that I will be a sponge when I'm around him every day once I get on campus at College Station. So that's always a good feeling, and I love that he not just teaches basketball, but teaches his players about life and what they need to do once they're done with their basketball careers.
Without a doubt. I know a lot of people always talk about that. I mean, no matter who you are, if you're LeBron or whatever, I mean, at some point basketball will end, and having the other parts and just being well-rounded and everything else outside of basketball is a huge thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And obviously having Coach Buzz come in, I mean, he already recruited some guys. Obviously the biggest name is Hassan coming in for this upcoming season. Do you have any relationship with him?
No. I had learned about him over social media, actually. Coach Wolf had talked to me about him before, but I didn't really know him. And I had seen him one day on my social media feed, and I just checked him out, and we haven't really talked, but I'm sure I'd get along with him pretty well.
Absolutely. And I know obviously for a lot of people, when you go on those visits, talk about the process of what it's like from the time you arrive there to really the ending of it.
When I arrived on campus last visit, it was a great feeling. I felt really welcomed. Everybody brought me in like as a family, me and my parents. And I think that was one of the things that kind of pushed me to commit so early was that I felt like I was just in a system, in a place that felt like home, and I could thrive in it and be successful.
Without a doubt. And now talk about some of the players on the team. Is there anyone that right now on the roster that you really create a great bond with?
Yeah. Quinn, I am really cool with him. Savion, but he's a senior this year, and E-Man.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt. And so now also talk about for your family. I mean, obviously, what's it like being able to, like you said, kind of stay close to home, and what's it kind of like knowing that your family will be able to support in that way?
It's a great feeling. Just knowing that my parents, regardless of where I'm at, they're always going to be supporting me and be there for me. I think that having them at College Station when I do play will be a good feeling, though.
No doubt. And I kind of also talk about the rest of your recruiting class. So obviously you're locked in now, Manny as well. So what is your guys' approach, and how are you guys going and kind of recruit the rest of the guys that you guys are talking about?
We're just trying to figure out who fits us best, both me and Manny, and also Coach Buzz. I think we need a center right now, and that's kind of what we're looking at. We're looking for a center, so we'll see.
Absolutely. And now talk about your high school season. What's the season been like to get to this point?
It took a lot of hard work. We had our ups and downs, but I think everybody's kind of come together here at the end, and I think that's what will have us in the playoff push.
Absolutely. And for you, I mean, obviously you continue to get better like every day. I mean, you continue to rise up rankings in that, but what's it like going in, being a leader of a team, and how do you kind of, as just still being a junior, what's it like being a leader of a locker room and kind of leading the team?
I think there is a lot of pressure to it, but knowing that my teammates always have my back and want what's best for me and also themselves makes it a little bit more comforting. And I think that leading the team will definitely help me in life, not just in basketball.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So what originally led you to want to go play at Ada?
I had moved here when my grandfather passed away, so we wanted to be closer to family. And Ada was the closest place that was big enough for me, so we just moved to Ada.
For sure. And so now talk about this upcoming game. What are you looking forward to in that game?
The atmosphere. I think the atmosphere will be great, and I think me and my teammates will be ready for it.
No doubt. And obviously, once the season is wrapped up and it's done, you obviously will start playing with club again, playing with Team Griffin. What's really what are you excited for?
I'm just ready to start putting in the work again. I've been kind of busy with high school basketball, but um, me and Coach Kellogg just got off the phone. Starting Monday after the state tournament's over, I'm gonna go down to Norman, work out with him over spring break, and just get ready for that season.
Absolutely. And you guys are coming in, obviously winning the championship last year. What was that experience like? Obviously, it was a very memorable ending of the game and the season. What was that like?
It was a great feeling. Um, I think that in the Peach Jam, me and my teammates, we finally came together, and we all understood what the purpose was of what we were trying to do and accomplish, and we got it done.
Without a doubt. Now, talk about some of your bonds on that team. I mean, obviously, you guys are loaded. One of the favorite shots to go in and win it again. What's the team like? Talk about some of your closest guys on the team.
Let's see. JJ White, he's at Norman North. He's one of my guys. I'll probably be working out with him next week. Bijan Cortez, he's committed to Oklahoma, goes to Kingfisher. That's my best friend. We always hang out outside of basketball. It doesn't matter. And then KJ Adams, I'm a good friend with him also.
Talk about stuff off the court. I mean, like you talked about, I mean, obviously, it's not just basketball. I know a lot of people think of that sometimes with guys like you guys that are superstars, but what's it like being around guys off the court?
I think there's a balance between basketball and just having regular relationships, and I think it's good to have those relationships off the court, and also it helps on the court, so that's always a good thing.
Absolutely. And obviously, there's a few guys you talked about that's already committed. A few other guys are still going to wait, take them time and probably commit later on. But what's it like seeing so many guys live out the same path that you're able to live out?
I know that it's a good feeling for them because I know it was a good feeling for me knowing that my hard work had finally paid off. I know that they aren't satisfied and they're still humble and hungry, looking to improve their game and just soak up as much knowledge as possible.
Talk about what it's like when you first started playing basketball and how the ball first got put in your hand.
It's funny because my mom said my first time picking up a basketball, it was a little toy basketball, and I had just been dribbling it around, and I started shooting it in the little laundry basket, and that's how I just kind of started to fall in love with the game. She got me a little basketball hoop, and I used to just shoot shots in my house, and then once it got to around like kindergarten, I finally started to kind of play basketball for real, and that's when it just all took off.
Talk about your process through all the club teams you played at.
I think I started to take it serious around like fifth grade maybe. I had started on a couple of AAU teams just trying to figure out what I or where I fit at. And then eighth grade year came around and I met Team Griffin once I moved to Oklahoma, and it was the right fit for me, so I had just joined them, and I've been with them ever since.
And I mean, having someone like Blake Griffin, I mean, obviously it's him, it's Taylor, I mean, all of them, but what's it like knowing that an NBA player, especially a player like Blake Griffin, one of the best players in the game, invests his time and money really to come and spend time with you guys and really make the team like this where you guys can go out and compete?
Blake's my guy. He supports us, and he knows that we are a good team and we are successful, and he kind of helps us when we're down or whatever it is. He might teach us, and that's always good to have.
For sure. And when KJ Adams was on here before me, he talked about really off the court stuff. I mean, we obviously saw the way he embraced you guys when KJ hit the game winner to win the Peace Jam, but what's it like being able to go spend time off the court with him, go out to eat with him, and just hang out around him?
That was a good feeling. We hadn't seen him that much before then, and so when we got to see him, it was nice to know that he had our backs and we could go to him for anything. And to eat dinner with him was kind of cool, and I think everybody enjoyed it.
For sure. And I mean, obviously, people know it's not just obviously all Blake Griffin. I mean, obviously, talk about the other coaches in the program. Obviously, Taylor and all them. What's the impact and role they have in your life?
Me and Taylor have conversations every now and then, and we just kind of talk about how everything's going. He always checks on me. Coach Kellen, I have a conversation with him like every week. We stay in touch. They just try and help me not just on the court but off the court and make sure that I'm okay and doing my job and in school and everything like that.
And obviously, now this will be your final year playing in AAU. So really, what do you want to live out, and really, what do you want to get done and accomplish in your final season?
I just want to win. That's my only goal is to win, and that's anywhere. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I just always want to win.
For sure. And a lot of people also talk about you being a high character player, obviously not both on the court and off the court. So really, what's it like being that and being able to be a role model to so many people?
It's a good feeling. I know that there's people watching me, and I just want to make sure that I'm staying true to myself and don't change at all.
Without a doubt. And maybe before I let you go, I was like wrapping up with a couple of different questions. The first one being, who in your life would you say has been your biggest role model?
I'd say my parents and my Aunt Crystal. They've kind of taught me everything I know, and I appreciate them for that.
No doubt. So the final question I was like wrapping up with is just talking about faith. Obviously, me being a man of faith, how would you say God has helped get you to the point you're at today?
I think God has helped me in many ways, and He's always with me. I try to do everything for Him and make sure that I'm staying true to myself, like I said earlier. And I know that He's watching me, and I just want to do everything for Him.
Without a doubt. And just talking a little bit more about that, I mean, obviously being a player that's a high-level player and eventually will be most likely be a pro player, there's a lot of stuff that comes along with that in terms of temptation and stuff. So how do you stay strong to your path and stay true to who God made you to be?
Like you said, I gotta stay true to myself and make sure that I know that God is with me, and He wouldn't want me to do those type of things, and I gotta make sure that I stay level-headed and humble.
Without a doubt, man. Well, obviously, keep on being the light of God. I can't wait to see what you get done throughout the last year of high school basketball, and keep on doing your thing, man.
I appreciate it.
No problem, bro. God bless.
Yep.